One of the great Greek philosophers, Pythagoras, when reached in Egypt to enter a school, a secret esoteric school of mystics, he was refused. And Pythagoras was one of the best minds ever produced. He couldn't understand. He applied again and again. But he was told that unless he goes through a particular training of fasting and breathing, he cannot be allowed to enter the school. Pythagoras is reported to have said that I have come for knowledge, not for any sort of discipline. But the school authorities said, we cannot give you knowledge unless you are different. And really, we are not interested in knowledge at all. We are interested in actual experience. And no knowledge is knowledge unless it is lived and experienced. So you will have to go on a 40-day fast and continuously breathing in a certain manner with a certain awareness on certain points. There was no way, so Pythagoras had to pass through this training. 40 days fasting, breathing, aware, attentive. He was allowed to enter the school. It is said that Pythagoras said that you are not allowing Pythagoras, I am a different man. I am reborn. And you were right and I was wrong. Because then my whole standpoint was intellectual. Through this purification, my center of being has changed. From the intellect it has come down to the heart. Now I can feel things. Before this training, I could only understand through the intellect, through the head. Now I can feel. Now truth is not a concept to me, but a life. It is not going to be a philosophy, rather an experience, existential. What was the training he went through? This fifth technique was the technique that was given to Pythagoras. Fifth technique, attention between eyebrows. Let mind be before thought. Let form fill with breath essence to the top of the head, and there sour as light. This was the technique given to Pythagoras. Pythagoras went with this technique to Greece, and really he became the fountainhead, the source of all mysticism in the West. He is the father of all mysticism in the West. This technique is one of the very deep methods. Try to understand this. Attention between the eyebrows. Physiology says that between the two eyebrows, modern physiology, scientific research says, between the two eyebrows is the gland, which is the most mysterious part in the body. This gland, they call it pineal gland, is the third eye of the Tibetans. Shiva Netra, the eye of the Shiva of the Tantra. Between these two eyes, there is a third eye, existent but non-functioning. It is there, it can function any moment, but it is not functioning naturally. You have to do something about it to open it. It is not blind, it is simply closed.
Olha, a glândula pineal, ela é mais do que uma glândula, tá? Até acho que esse nome não é muito adequado. Porque a glândula pineal, ela é também um órgão sensorial. Então, ela é glândula porque ela produz um hormônio, que é a melatonina. Mas ela é um órgão sensorial porque ela transforma o magnetismo em neuroquímica. Tá? Por exemplo, nem toda imagem que você capta pelos olhos, nem toda luz que você capta pelos olhos vai formar imagem. Parte da luz que você capta pelos olhos vai para a glândula pineal, para regular o ciclo de vigília e sono. Então nós temos um ciclo infradiano de cada 90 minutos, a pessoa fica predisposta ao sono, a cada 90 minutos ao alerta. Não é? E depois tem o ritmo circadiano, 12 em 12 horas. Então quem coordena isso é a pineal. Então a pineal não é só uma glândula, ela é também um órgão sensorial. Fica no meio do cérebro, é o centro de massa do cérebro. Vamos dizer assim, fica, se você pudesse colocar o dedo aqui entre os olhos e aprofundasse o dedo até o meio do cérebro, ali você encontraria a glândula pineal, não é? Então ela é o relógio do cérebro, além de ser uma glândula.
This technique is to open the third eye. Attention between the eyebrows. Close your eyes and focus your both eyes just in the middle of the two eyebrows, as if you are looking by your both eyes just in the middle with closed eyes. Give total attention to it. And this is one of the simplest methods of being attentive. You cannot pay attention to any part of the body so easily, because this gland absorbs attention like anything. If you give attention to it, your both eyes become hypnotized with the third eye. They become fixed. They cannot move. If you are trying to be attentive of any other part in the body, it is difficult. This third eye catches attention, forces attention. It is magnetic for attention. So all the methods all over the world have used it. It is the simplest to train attention. Because not only you are trying to be attentive, but the gland itself helps you. It is magnetic. Your attention is drawn, forcibly, absorbed. It is said in the old Tantra scriptures that for the third eye, attention is food. It is hungry. It is hungry for lives and lives. If you pay attention to it, it becomes alive. It comes alive. The food is given to it. And once you know that attention is the food, once you feel that your attention is magnetically drawn, attracted, pulled by the gland itself, attention is not a difficult thing then. One has only to know the right point.
There is, I'm sure most of you have heard this chant which, the Bhaja Govindam chant, where we're talking about how Nischala Tattvam Jivan Muktihi. What this means is, if there is an unwavering attention towards something, it doesn't matter what the thing is. If there is an unwavering attention towards something, then the liberation, the possibility of freedom cannot be denied to that one. If the necessary attention is there, if the keenness of the attention and the intensity of the attention is substantial, you can open just about any door in this universe.
So just close your eyes when you are trying to find out, just close your eyes. Let your both eyes move just in the middle. Feel the point. When you are near the point, suddenly your eyes will become fixed. And it will be difficult to move them. Then know you have caught the right point. Attention between the eyebrows, let mind be before thoughts. If this attention is there for the first time, you will come to experience a strange phenomena. For the first time, you will feel thoughts running before you. You will become the witness. Just as if on a film screen, thoughts are running and you are a witness. Once your attention is focused at the third eye center, you become immediately the witness of thoughts. Ordinarily, you are not the witness. You are identified with thoughts. If anger is there, you become anger. If a thought moves, you are not the witness, you become one with the thought, identified, and you move with it. You become the thought. You take the form of the thought. When sex is there, you become sex. When anger is there, you become anger. When greed is there, you become greed. Any thought moving becomes identified with you. You don't have any gap between you and the thought. But focused at the third eye, suddenly you become a witness. Through the third eye, you become the witness. Through the third eye, you can see thoughts running like clouds in the sky or people moving on the street. You are sitting in your window, looking in the sky or at the street. You are not identified. You are aloof, a watcher on the hills. Different. Now, if anger is there, you can look at it as an object. Now, you don't feel that you are angry. You feel you are surrounded by anger. A cloud of anger has come around you. But you are not the anger. And if you are not the anger, anger becomes impotent. It cannot affect you. you remain untouched. The anger will come and go, and you will remain centered in yourself.
So if your energies are in the lowest chakra, which is referred to as the Mooladhara, food and sleep will be the most dominant factors of your life. Only food and sleep. You will not know anything else. If your energies move into Swadhisthana, then you are a pleasure seeker. You enjoy the physical world in so many different ways. If your energies move into Manipuraka, then you are a doer in the world, you are an achiever. If your energies move into Anahata, you are a creative person. Maybe you're an artist, you're a painter, you're something, you're more creative about life. If your energies move into Vishuddhi, if they become dominant there, you are a powerhouse. Power need not just mean this. Human beings can be powerful in so many different ways. So, this is the power center. If energies move into your Agna, then you have clarity of vision. Now, you are intellectually realized, not experientially realized. Intellectually realized, you touched a point where life cannot disturb you. So third eye is both ways. If you want, you can turn it inward or you can turn it outward. Whichever way, you are seeing life beyond the normal limitations of your perception. Your perception has risen beyond the physical. That is the third eye.
This fifth technique is the technique of finding the witness. Attention between the eyebrows, let mind be before thoughts. Now look at your thoughts. Now encounter your thoughts. Let form fill with breath ascends to the top of the head, and there sour as light. Let form fill with breath ascends to the top of the head, and there sour as light. When attention is focused at the third eye center between the two eyebrows, two things happen. One, suddenly you become a witness. This can happen in both the ways. You become a witness and you will be centered at the third eye. Try to be a witness. Whatsoever is happening, try to be a witness. You are ill, the body is aching and painful. You have misery, suffering, whatsoever, be a witness to it. Whatsoever is happening, don't identify yourself with it, be a witness, an observer. Then, if witnessing becomes possible, you will be focused in the third eye. Vice versa also. If you are focused in the third eye, you will become a witness. These two things are part of one. So the first thing, by being centered in the third eye, will be the arising of the witnessing self. Now you can encounter your thoughts. This will be the first thing. And the second thing will be, now you can feel this subtle, delicate vibration of breathing. Now you can feel the form of breathing, the very essence of breathing. First try to understand what is meant by the form, the essence of breathing. While you are breathing, you are not only breathing air, you are breathing prana, vitality. Air is just the medium. Prana is the content.
Quantos neguinhos já falou que eu não estava ligado,
You
eu
are
deixei de lado.
breathing prana, not
Gravando
only
essa
air.
porra aqui sozinho e todo molhado. Então
Modern
me diz,
science
mestre, o que eu vim
is
fazer
still
aqui?
not able
Se eu
to
dou
find
perdão pra
out
quem fez chorar e gratidão pra
whether
quem
there
fez
is
sorrir,
something
porque
like
eu tive
prana.
que sofrer tudo
But
que eu já sofri.
some
Então me
researchers
diz, Deus,
sobre vezes que eu não
have felt something mysterious. Breathing is not simply air. It has been felt by many modern researchers also. Particularly one name is to be mentioned. Wilhelm Reich, one German psychologist, who called it orgone energy, the same, prana. He says that while you are breathing, air is just the container, and there is a mysterious content, orgone, or prana, or elan vital, the Bergson name, elan vital. But that is very subtle. Really, that is not material. Air is the material thing. The container is material. But something subtle, non-material, is moving through it. The effects of it can be felt. When you are with a very vital person, you will feel a certain vitality arising in you. If you are with a very sick person, you will feel sucked. Something has been taken out of you. When you go to the hospital, why you feel so tired? You are being sucked from everywhere. The whole hospital atmosphere is ill. And everyone there needs more elan vital, more prana. So if you are there, suddenly your prana begins to flow out of you. Why you feel suffocated sometimes when you're in a crowd? Your prana is being sucked. While you are alone under the sky in the morning, under the trees, suddenly you feel a vitality in you. The prana. Each one needs a particular space. If that space is not given, your prana is sucked. By being focused in the third eye, suddenly you can observe the very essence of breath. Not breath, but the very essence of breath. And if you can observe the essence of breath, prana, you are on the point from where the jump, the breath flow happens. The sutra says, let form fill with breath essence to the top of the head. And when you come to feel the essence of breathing, prana, just imagine that your head is filled with it. Just imagine, no need of any effort. I will explain it to you, how imagination works. When you are focused at the third eye center, imagine and the thing happens, then and there. Now your imagination is just important. You go on imagining, nothing happens. But sometimes, unknowingly, in ordinary life also, things happen. You are imagining about your friend, and suddenly there is a knock on the door. You say this is a coincidence. The friend has come. Sometimes, just like coincidences, your imagination works. But whenever this happens, now try to remember and analyze the whole thing. Whenever this happens, that you feel that your imagination has become actual, go inside and observe. Somewhere your attention must have been near the third eye. Whenever this coincidence happens, it is not a coincidence. It looks because you don't know the secret science. Your mind must have moved unknowingly near the third eye center. If your attention is in the third eye, just imagination is enough to create any phenomenon.
But the yogis knew right from the beginning that the strength lies in the brain, particularly in the small area of pineal gland, which is just 5 millimeters. Just a very tiny little thing that can do wonders. The yogis called it the third eye. Now scientists are coming and saying the yogis are all right, because this little organ, the pineal gland, looks like an eye. It has a cornea. It has a retina. Every part that an eye has, this little part has it.
De vez em quando me sinto perdido. Várias vozes ao pé do ouvido me fazem de tela.
Então o que acontece? O que você usa na sua mente reforça no seu cérebro aquele padrão. Está clara a ideia?
Me falta lá.
Então, o seu cérebro é um instrumento seu. Quando Machado de Assis fala, a mente se projeta sobre o trapézio do cérebro, é a mente, é a sua personalidade, é a sua intencionalidade que movimenta o seu cérebro. Daí, se você, por exemplo, está muito baixa autoestima, eu não sirvo, não dá, o que vai fazer? As áreas cerebrais que te levam à percepção dos seus aspectos limitadores, ela fica mais forte. Então a tua percepção de realidade, vamos dizer assim, que te leva a aspectos limitativos, fica reforçada. Aí você não encontra solução, não encontra saída. Se você pensar que aquela pedra no caminho, né, como dizia Drummond de Andrade, havia uma pedra no meio do caminho havia uma pedra. Mas essa pedra pode não ser um obstáculo, pode ser um degrau, e você sobe na pedra e enxerga mais além.
Mas meu coração tem problema.
Então, uma pessoa que enxerga o lado positivo daquilo que é difícil, daquilo que aparentemente é um obstáculo, ela vai estar reforçando no cérebro a abertura da circuitaria nervosa que te permite enxergar soluções, encontrar aspectos construtivos na realidade que vive. O cérebro fica esperto para abrir toda a circuitaria de percepção e você enxerga respostas onde antes você não enxergava. Bom, o que está acontecendo? Você está começando a assumir domínio do teu cérebro. Pensar, imaginar, provoca alteração no cérebro. Antigamente pensava-se que a imaginação era como uma realidade virtual, como uma imagem de um espelho destituído de representatividade física, mas Alice atravessou o espelho. O pensamento, que é uma energia. Por que o pensamento é uma energia? Porque o pensamento, quando você pensa, se há consumo de glicose, se há movimentação microcirculatória no cérebro, então o pensamento movimenta a matéria. Toda força que desloca a matéria é energia. Então, fisicamente, o pensamento é concebido como energia. E essa energia é o produto da tua personalidade, da tua volição, da sua vontade. E essa vontade vai acionar no teu cérebro os circuitos de percepção que você está buscando. Muito importante saber o que a gente quer.
In the third eye, imagination and actualization are not two things. Imagination is the fact. Imagine and it is so. There is no gap between dream and reality. There is no gap between dream and reality. Dream and it will become real. That's why Shankara has said this whole world is nothing but the dream of the divine. Dream of the divine. Because the divine is centered in the third eye, always, eternally. So whatsoever the divine dreams, it becomes real. If you are also centered in the third eye, whatsoever you dream will become real.